Well, hello there everybody. Welcome to today's episode. I'm going to show you how to install a car stereo into a Honda Element. Today we got a CarPuride touchscreen AirPlay car stereo going into Ellie's new Honda Element. This is a 2005 Honda Element, and I'm going to quickly show you how to switch out the car stereo and go from factory to a aftermarket car stereo. I got this new cool CarPuride car stereo going in. It has AirPlay, it has touchscreen, it's AM FM radio, it can connect to your phone. It also has a rear view camera, it has voice controls, GPS, it has all of that built into it. You can put an SD card into it and play music from that. It's got a lot of features that are gonna be a major upgrade from the stock car stereo. This is the stock car CD player. This is a factory system. It sounds pretty good. It's got a separate subwoofer, which is down here in the bottom. There's a subwoofer in that bottom panel. It's got separate mids and highs. It's got the highs up here on the B pillars, and it's got mids in the doors. So it's a pretty decent car stereo, but we want more functionality out of it. This has an auxiliary input, which is right over here. We can plug into it with a cable, but we want Bluetooth, we want GPS controls, we want the whole deal. And this also integrates a backup camera, which is super cool. So we're gonna be pulling this out right now. Right up under here, there's a little space that you can get up in with a screwdriver. There we go. Boop, and you just pop that clip off. Same thing on this side. You just get that screwdriver up in there. Boop. It's really easy to do this car stereo from what I've seen. I've never done one of these before, but it looks super easy. This little bezel plate has 4 clips, 2 at the bottom and 2 on the sides. I just gotta get that loose. There we go, there's one. It's definitely hard to do with just one hand, but we're gonna just pop that off. There we go. So once you have that bezel piece off, this reveals 4 8mm bolts or Phillips heads. So you're just gonna take out 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this whole thing will slide right out, no problem. Get a Phillips head screwdriver and undo these screws. Boop, 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 boop. I'm excited because in a Honda Element, there's really not much you have to take apart. You just take off that bezel plate and these 4 screws and the whole thing will slide right out. Definitely one of the more simple car stereos that I've seen. And coming up in just a second, once I get this out, I'm gonna unbox the new CarPuride touchscreen 9-inch display car stereo that's gonna be going in here. It's gonna be a major upgrade from the stock car stereo system. Okay, all these screws are loose and now I'm just gonna pull it out. This thing should slide right out. Oh yeah, look at that. I can do it one-handed. Look at that. The car stereo just comes right out of there. And then you just go in the back here and you undo all of these clips. Now it does look like a lot of wires on this car stereo. That's because this thing does have an upgraded car stereo system in it. It's got the subwoofer, it's got a separate amplifier. So that's what all these cables are going to. And the kit that I have retains all of that, so I'll still be able to use the amplifier that comes stock with the car, and everything is just going to be a different head unit, which is great. Okay, there we go. So now I've got all of these loose. I can take the car stereo that came stock with the car and just put it aside. And now for the exciting part is the unboxing of the new CarPuride car stereo. We're gonna open this up, show you what comes in the box and what this thing looks like. Okay, there we go. Open that up. Open this up. And look at that. Nice big 9-inch touchscreen display. It's awesome. We got all the wiring harness that goes to it. Tons of wires that go to it. I believe in there, that's the backup camera. Oh, I should have had this in the first place. This is like a trim removal tool that comes with it. That's really handy. That's awesome. Here is a USB dongle, so you can like plug in a USB port. Oh yeah, that's a nice big touchscreen display. All right, we got the CarPuride CarPlay manual. That's awesome that it works with Apple CarPlay, so it's going to be great with our iPhones. And then here is the head unit itself. So the way this is going to work is that big screen is just going to plug right into this once you have this all installed, and all the wiring and everything goes right here in the back, no problem. And yeah, I'm gonna get to work on installing this in the car. Looks pretty easy to do. I've done a bunch of car stereos before, so this should be no sweat at all. In order to install this car stereo very nicely, I ordered an installation kit and a wiring harness that maintains all of these stock wires. All you got to do is plug it in and you're off to the races. From what I've read on the reviews, they're all very helpful, very easy. And the best thing is that it retains the stock amplifier that's in this car, the stock subwoofer, all of it will be able to plug right into the new head unit and work perfectly. So I ordered these things on Amazon, and I will put the links to all of these items in the description of this video below. This is the wiring harness that is going to go to the new car stereo. Very simple, easy to use, has all the wires that you need to plug in and retain all the stock equipment. This is a installation kit. This is a Scosche installation kit. It is HA1701B. This I will also put the link in the description of this video if you have a Honda Element. So the first thing I'm going to do to prepare for putting in this new car stereo is I'm opening this car installation kit. I got to get this all situated so that I have a good foundation to bolt in the new head unit. And I've heard that this kit does a pretty good job. Now, one thing that this car stereo is a single DIN size, and it's going into a double DIN hole that the factory car stereo was. The factory car stereo is a double DIN, so I'm going to be reducing it down to a single DIN mounting hole. That's what this bezel will do. This installation kit will be changing this from double DIN to single DIN. Hey. Hey. Hey, Ellie. So I have the installation kit here. I've got the stereo like installed into this. That's just like a basic thing. I just got it all set up, and this is how it's going to go on the dashboard. And this fits in here like this. And then I'll be screwing this in with the stock screws. And that's kind of how it's going to sit. And then the bezel will go back on over top of that. But now I got to do all the wiring. This is the wiring harness that I bought, the installation kit. So all of these wires need to be plugged into the factory harness. So this blue one goes into this big blue harness right like this. Click that one in. That one's done. And then I got this green one. The green one goes into the green plug. That one clicks in there like that. Then I have this black one. Black one goes into the black harness like this. Now what I have to do is these are all the wires that came with the stereo. I have to connect these wires up to this factory harness and crimp all the wires together and all that jazz to go into the new aftermarket CarPuride touchscreen stereo. So I will work on that for a little while and I will check back with you. So I'm making progress and I'm starting to get things hooked up. I'm watching some big tug right now. Big Tug is awesome. If you don't know about Big Tug, look him up on YouTube, subscribe. He's a cool dude. Check him out. So I've got this head unit mostly set up. It works for the most part. There's a lot of features that it has that I have not hooked up, such as the backup camera. What else? The backup camera, and that's probably about it. The AV in I haven't gotten working yet because it shows that there's no signal. It's made for a camera and audio, so the USB or the auxiliary input doesn't quite work yet, but everything else is working. So let me go to this is AirPlay, so this is pretty much my phone. I can pull up maps, go to destinations, find some gas nearby. It all works really well, so I can just like easily pull up a map on the touch screen, go there, it'll give me directions really easily. I should play
head north on Agnes Circle.
There we go. So it does play audio through the car stereo. This doesn't have a separate output for the rear speakers and the front speakers, so I ended up getting some Y cables, and I went and got Y cables so I can hook up all of the car stereo speakers in here. I don't have front to rear fade anymore, so I can't find the setting in here that will do fade anyways, or left right balance. So right now I have front to rear balance, but I can't find that as well. But this is playing off my phone. So it does have pretty good functionality. Everything is good. I can send messages through my phone. I can do it all through here. This is one of the most exciting parts of a new install, is pulling off this film. Ooh, yeah. Now it's done. Heck yeah. So now it's all done. It's all set up, and I'm going to button everything up, put the bezel back on. All I got to do is snap this in place here. Like I said, I did customize this a little bit. I flipped this upside down so the bezel sticks out a little bit here, because this is the top and this is actually the bottom, so it is reversed. But I wanted this screen to be as low as possible so it doesn't block the air vents up top here. So, you know, it's not exactly the way it's meant to be. This should be nice and flush with this stock bezel, but it's good enough for me. It works nice, and yeah, we're good to go. Another thing that I had to do was I had to find a radio adapter, but I did find one. It didn't come with the set that I had, so I got I have channels set up now. Stereo works good, or the radio works really good. I got a lot of reception. I can pull up things in there, no problem. So here's another thing that I have figured out. For the most part, is this has screen mirroring. I can play videos on here, watch movies, whatever, with screen mirroring. It doesn't work exactly like perfectly for me yet. I haven't quite figured it out. So I'm able to screen mirror video from YouTube or whatever onto the CarPuride touchscreen and watch videos right from the touchscreen. It's pretty freaking cool. This is a video I made about the bug and the lights that I've put in the bug. It is awesome. You can just tap on the screen, control the volume. It sounds pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this so far. We're gonna see if Ellie is happy with it. Installation was pretty easy. It was a little trickier putting it in this car because this has a high quality, like premium stereo with a subwoofer and stuff, so there's a lot more plugs, but I was able to get it all working, and it's pretty awesome. It looks pretty good. I think it's cool. Ellie's gonna love it. Pretty nice. I like it a lot. Another thing it has is this display is on a swivel, so if she's in the car by herself, she can tilt it toward her. I could tilt it over toward me if I want to see it. You know, you can move it any direction that you'd like and have it out of the way. It's pretty cool. So that about does it for the CarPuride touchscreen stereo for the car. We got it all installed. Everything's getting buttoned up. I got to clean up all my tools, put all the wiring stuff away. I will give you a long-term update on how this thing's doing, especially once I hook up the backup camera and get it all fully hooked in. I just didn't have enough time for it today. But I'd like to thank CarPuride for sending this out to me to test and review. Thank you for being patient with me on making this video. It took a little bit for me to actually put it in, but now it's in and we're gonna be using it on a daily basis. It's pretty awesome. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. I'll catch you in another video really soon, right down the road. Bye.